Today we're sewing up a light and airy blouse. This is the Isla puff sleeve top by Tiana's Closet. There are no zippers or buttons for this pattern, just ties at the center front. This pattern features a front and back yoke and elastic at the bottoms of the sleeves. The fabric that I'm using today is a leaf print lightweight linen from Linen Lab. I've left links to the fabric and to the pattern in the description box below. I hope you sew this summery blouse with me today. Let's get started. Place your back yoke pieces right sides together and pin the neckline. Sew the neckline with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Once the neckline is sewn, we're going to clip into the curves, careful not to clip through our stitching line. For the front ties, I've cut strips of fabric on the bias. My strips are about 1.5 inches wide. I'm going to fold them right sides together and pin, doing this for each tie. Then I'll sew the raw edges of each tie with about a 3/8 inch seam allowance from one side to the other. And at the end of my stitching, I'm going to leave a tail of thread. Now that that's sewn, I'll trim my seam allowance by about half. Then, using an old sewing needle, I'm going to thread the loose threads through the sewing needle, leaving some length between the tie and the needle and tying it in a knot. Now we can use the blunt end of the needle to turn the ties right side out, just threading that blunt end through the tube. Once the tie is turned right side out, you can cut off your needle thread and repeat the process for the remaining ties. Here is one of my front yoke pieces with the right side facing me. I'm going to place the raw edge of one of my ties along the center front at the top edge, placing it 3/8 of an inch away from the top edge, and you can pin that in place. Then I'll take a second tie piece and place it 4 inches below the first tie. And I'll repeat for a mirrored front yoke piece, again, right side facing me. Now we can take the remaining yoke pieces and place them right sides together with these yoke pieces. Now that we've sandwiched those ties in between, pin your neckline and the center fronts. Now for each set of yoke pieces, we're going to sew the neckline and the center front with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now that that's sewn, we can trim those top corners, as well as the seam allowances by about half. Now I'm going to attach the shoulder seams of the front and back yoke pieces. I'm going to open out the back yoke so that the right sides are facing me along that shoulder seam. And I'll also open out this front yoke. And I'll place the shoulders right sides together and pin together, matching the seam. And I'll do the same at the opposite shoulder. For each set of front and back yokes, I'll sew from the bottom of the yoke straight across that seam to the bottom of the yoke with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, doing this for the shoulders on both sides. Now that that's sewn, we can turn the yokes right side out, poking out the front corners, and give all of those seams a good press. Then for the bottom edge of my lining yoke, I'm going to fold that raw edge to the wrong side by 3/8 of an inch and press. Here is the top raw edge of my back yoke piece. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew basting stitches along that top edge with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance, leaving thread tails on both ends so I have threads to pull for gathering. Now I'll take my outer back yoke piece the back yoke with the raw edge that is not pressed under, and place it right sides together with the back bodice, matching the centers and pin in place. Then I can pull the basting stitches on both sides so that the back bodice fits the bottom of the back yoke. And once it fits, pin in place and repeat on the other side. Now we can sew this seam with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now that that's sewn, I'll open the back bodice and the back yoke apart from each other, and I'll place the folded bottom edge of the inner back yoke on top of the seam that we just sewed, so that the folded edge just covers the stitching line. And I'll pin in place from the outside of the garment. And I have that pinned so that the pin is going through the seam of the yoke and just catching the bottom edge of the inner yoke as I go. Now I can take this to the sewing machine, and sewing from the outside of the garment, I'm going to stitch in the ditch of that original yoke seam, catching the folded edge as I sew, from one side of the yoke straight across to the other. And we're going to repeat that same process to attach the front bodices to the front yokes. I'm first going to press the bottom raw edges of the inner front yokes to the wrong side by 3/8 of an inch. And then before I start gathering and attaching the front bodice pieces, I'm going to finish the raw edges of the center front for both pieces separately. Once those center front edges are finished, I'll place the front bodice pieces right sides together and pin the center front from the notch transferred from the pattern piece to the bottom of the bodice. Then I'll sew the center front seam from the notch backstitching to secure to the bottom of the bodice with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and press the seam open. I've pressed the center front seam allowance open, including the seam allowance of the unsewn top portion. To reinforce that slit, I'm going to edge stitch close to my finishing stitches from the top raw edge to the top of the slit, pivoting straight across to edge stitch along those finishing stitches on the other side. Now I'm ready to sew the gathering stitches along both raw edges of the front bodices, from one underarm edge to the center front, leaving thread tails on both ends, and creating a separate set of basting stitches from the center front to the opposite armhole, once again leaving your thread tails. Now I'll place the outer front yoke, right sides together with the raw edges of the front bodice pieces on both sides, matching the center front of the front bodices with the seam of the inner and outer yoke pieces and pinning in place. And then pull the front bodice basting stitches to fit the front yoke. Pin in place and repeat for the other front yoke. Then we'll sew the outer front yoke to the front bodice from one side to the center front seam with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now that those seams are sewn, we can attach the inner front yokes. Placing those pressed folded edges over the seam line and pinning in place from the outside of the garment. Now that that front yoke is pinned, we're going to stitch in the ditch of the seam line from one side to the other for both front yokes, catching that inner fold of the inner yoke as we go. Now that the front and back bodices are attached, I can adjust the ties in the front. I'm going to trim them to the length that I prefer, I'm just going to knot each end in place. Now I'm going to place the front and back bodice pieces right sides together and pin each side seam. Sew each side seam with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges. For the bottom edges of both sleeves, I'm going to finish the raw edges with my serger. Once the bottom raw edge is finished, I'm going to prepare the bottom hem by folding that serged edge to the wrong side by 5/8 of an inch all the way across, doing this for both sleeves. Now that the bottom hem is prepared, I'm going to gather the top of the sleeve cap. I'm going to sew basting stitches along the top of the sleeve from notch to notch using about a 1/4 inch seam allowance, the longest stitch on my machine, and leaving thread tails on both sides. Once again, doing this for both sleeves. Then we can place each sleeve right sides together with itself, temporarily unfolding those bottom hem folds and pinning in place. Sew the underarm seam with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges, and repeat for both sleeves. Turn the sleeve right side out and place the sleeve into its corresponding armhole, matching the notches that indicate front and back. Once the sleeve and the bodice are right sides together, pin at the underarm seam and also match the notch at the top of the sleeve with the shoulder seam and pin in place. Note that you are pinning through both layers of the yoke and the sleeve at this point. Then you can start pulling the basting stitches so that the sleeve fits from the underarm to the top of the sleeve. Once it fits, pin in place and repeat on the other side of the sleeve. Then sew the sleeve into the armhole with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges, repeating for both sleeves. Now for the bottom edges of the sleeve, fold up the finished edges to the wrong side along your pre-pressed crease. Then we're going to edge stitch close to our finishing stitches all the way around, leaving a gap of about 1 inch so that we can insert our elastic. Place a safety pin through one short end of your elastic and lace it through the sleeve casing through the opening you left in your stitches. Then overlap the two short edges of the elastic by about 1/2 of an inch and stitch back and forth to secure. Then you can pull the elastic entirely into the casing and edge stitch the gap in your stitching closed, following the original stitching line. Now for the bottom edges of the blouse, I've gone ahead and finished the raw edges all the way around. Then I've pressed the raw edges to the wrong side by about 1/2 of an inch, and I'm going to edge stitch close to those finishing stitches all the way around the bottom of the garment. Give everything a final press and your blouse is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Check out the rest of my video library for more great full-length sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.